Black woman allegedly received this email on Friday and was fired by Tuesday.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? If you are new, my name is Lizzie. You are welcome to my channel.
A black woman allegedly received this email on Friday and was fired by Tuesday. I don't even think I gotta ask you to pause to read, but go ahead, pause to read. Now, if you're scratching your head like me and wondering what the heck is going on, let me give you guys some information. Tiffany received this email by accident from a manager of the company. I shouldn't even have to read this to you, but let me just go ahead and say this. Dude, next time you guys hire dark meat, make sure she is not dumb and not a braid queen. And then y'all wonder why we say things about people like this. But I digress. Hope she's not here when fall comes. It gets dark out pretty early. Don't want her to run into any trouble. Who did she mean to send this message to? Michelle, who did you want to send this message to? Because I have my opinions. Because I think I know who you meant to send this message to. In my opinion, I think she meant to send this message to the owners, Janet and Jim Stone. Now, I talked to Tiffany and she alleges she reached out to them about this. And for some reason, she didn't get any information. In fact, they told her they were going to investigate, but she was fired. Tiffany was fired. What about Michelle? And why was Tiffany fired? I would like to know. I think we would like to know. Now, this allegedly happened at the Pleasant Hill location. So I just want to know, Pleasant Hill location, can we talk? I just have some questions. And I think other people have some questions as well. I need you guys to share this video, comment, and make sure that you guys make your voices heard as well. Comment down below. Here's an update. So apparently the owner just had a conversation with someone else who was able to get in contact with him. He is saying that she sent the email through Michelle's email and had the email in her drafts, and that this is now going to make it hard for him to hire or trust basically any other person of color now. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Did it hateful enough before she snapshotted it with her phone, then turned around and sent it to herself. So this is so blatant that I didn't figure we even had to get a lawyer involved because it was so obvious what she did. Then she turns around and posts it on TikTok this morning. Now all my phones are blown off the wall like you can't believe. Yeah. But this is a girl that makes it impossible for a person of color to get a fair shake when they come in for an interview now. Because she did this on purpose to try and scam me for money. No, there's never been any interaction between the two people whatsoever. Everything made up in this TikTok was 100% made up. We didn't even know what most of the terms were, Michelle. We had to go look up on Google what even this stuff meant that she put in there. I didn't have an idea what it meant. Can we talk about braid queens downtown and all this kind of stuff? I got no idea what that stuff means. Now, it's not on camera. We have the forensic evidence where she emailed this email to herself one whole day to her personal email before she supposedly received it. Yeah, it's impossible. It's really, really interesting. There's a whole bunch of drafts of it where, she started off with a little bit racist, then made it a little more racist, then made it a little more racist. Then when it got good, she took a picture of it, waited a day, and then sent it to herself. So tell me that's not just a little tiny bit of conniving going on there.
Now, he's allegedly saying that although there are no cameras, they don't have the video footage of this happening, but it sounds like he's saying she must have gotten into Michelle's email. So maybe Michelle's laptop or something was left open and she sent it to herself. But then he said that they've never had any interaction. So I'm not really sure how they've never had any interaction and she was able to get to her laptop. Something's not adding up. But also the fact that they don't have video evidence. I also don't like how he's saying, oh, this is now making it hard for him to hire any other person of color. So it sounds like you didn't want to hire a person of color anyway, but that's on a side note. There is a bat signal for white supremacy, and Brittany just put it out there, and I have to show you.
That the same people who hate the people that hate them are doing that same thing to those people. And that's not cool. And that's not cool with me. If you don't want a white person to say derogatory things towards a black person, then why the fuck is it okay for a black person to say derogatory terms to white people? I don't. People that sit up here and say that all cops are bad, I don't. There are a lot of good cops out here. Of course, there are some bad ones out there that make it hard for the good ones. But all in all, they're good. With more studying and more research that I have done, y'all, I have come to the conclusion that the same people who I thought were cool with me and that they're spewing out way too much hate. They have way too much anger. And they are not who I thought they were. See, I grew up in a black family. And they show their true colors as well because they have a problem. Now, with the fact that I grew up in a black family around black people, right? I've accepted the fact that some people are not going to accept that with me. However, I also see that even those who once called me a friend are now turning on me and calling me an appropriator.
Well, when you can't join them, hate them. Right, Brittany? This is a clear-cut example of now, since I can't get with them, I gotta go weasel my way back into the racist. And how can I do that? Oh, I know. I can say that it's really the black people that are racist. It's not really the white people. Oh, how else can I get in? Oh, I know. I can say that they're just so hateful. These black people are just so angry. Can I come back to you guys now? This is who she always was. This is who she always has been. It's just now that people are not putting up with it. Now she wants to act like, oh, I did research. What research, Brittany? What research? Someone's lying, and we got to get down to the bottom of this. Tiffany and I are about to go live right now about this issue because he stated that she had no interaction with Michelle. Well, that was determined to be a lie, according to this screenshot. This is a screenshot of Tiffany letting Michelle know that she wasn't going to be in on that day because she wasn't feeling well. Now, how are these two able to talk if they've never had any interactions? I don't know. Why so many lies here?
People have been sending this to us all day. First of all, I think it's super unfortunate that the girl has had to experience this. My heart goes out to her. We support clients across the country every single day who have similar stories. That doesn't make it okay. I'm just saying that to say that we literally need to start petitioning Congress, because how is it that Cagebird HR literally provides access to independent HR support to thousands of people across the country every single day as a business? How is that possible? And they all literally have similar stories of discrimination, disparate treatment, harassment, etc. in their workplace. It's literally out of control. Relative to this situation, if you ever have it in writing, people like talking to you or talking about you in racist terms, using racist slurs, if you are on payroll, you have more options than if you aren't on payroll. Because they already fired her, she would have to argue through her attorney that the termination was, race-based, which clearly they're calling the girl dark meat, clearly it's racist in its intent. So she would need to talk to like an employment attorney, or she can file an EEOC charge, but she want to check, she gonna need an attorney to negotiate on her behalf, and she can try to get severance, or she can just flat out, go the lawsuit route. But it just depends on like what her mental capacity is, because experiencing racism in the workplace, it does a number on you, like whether you want to admit it or not, it does a number on us all. And so my heart goes out to her. I hope that she's okay. Whoever you are, if you see this video and you want to talk to like independent HR support that are culturally competent, just to talk about your options and what has happened to you, like you're more than welcome to reach out or book an appointment at cagebirdhr.com. But I'm just really sad that it happened to her at all. And I hope that she's well.
I'm going to speak on this because Pleasant Hill is about 12 miles away from me. And up until today, I used ETC for my physical therapy whenever I had surgeries and needed physical therapy, which is all the time. Go back and watch Aunt Karen's video for full context. There's an update. And that update is the owner of ETC, which is like a chain of physical therapy places. They are on every street corner like Starbucks. He says that this new hire, the person of color, had access to everyone's computers and hacked Michelle's computer to send that email to herself. Now, obviously, I'm going to call bullpucky on that. I have made videos on here before wherein I said that I allow my kids to go downtown in the city we live in. They know how to ride the metro. They are pretty much free to roam, but they are not allowed to go to any of these small towns that surround us here in Missouri. And this is why. Pleasant Hill is 95.3% white and 0.7% African American. And that 0.7% is made up of children of mixed race belonging to mothers. And these are the kinds of things that those mothers write about on the Pleasant Hill Facebook page. The latest event happened at Sonic, and there are too many Confederate flags. Yes, there are. This is also the same small town that 2 weeks ago had to fire a cop that they had sworn in 2 days before because the general public found his absolutely disgusting, homophobic, and racist social media posts. Not the police that hired him. No, it was the public outcry that cost him his job. And this meme of a decapitated person of color is so bad that I literally cannot find it anywhere. Scoured the internet for it. Do I believe for a single solitary second that this new hire gained access to somebody who has worked there for 2 decades? Michelle has worked there for 2 decades. Got access to her computer and sent herself this email? Absolutely not. No, in no way, shape, or form do I. And the reason that I don't is this line in the email right here. Hope she is not here when fall comes. It gets dark out pretty early. Don't want her to run into any trouble. That's alluding to Pleasant Hill being a sundown town. And I know no one that jokes about sundown towns. You either mean it or you are trying to get the hell away from it.
This isn't uncommon. It happens every single day. That's why I always say, check on your black friends and family that's working in predominantly white organizations. Because we are not okay most of the time. Because there's always somebody out there that don't like the sun on my skin. This is a classic case of workplace bullying. You want to say, why is that? How is that? I'll tell you why. Because a bully is always going to make it like every encounter with you was so terrible, so drastic. Oh, they're going to elaborate and they're going to say everything they can because their goal is to make you look bad in the eyes of everyone around you. And they will go to all extremes to do it. In this case, Dummy sent an email to the person he's talking about. You can't get no dumber than that. And the core of his issue probably isn't anything other than she's smarter than him. She could probably do his job, and he's intimidated. Because ultimately, that's what happens. Ultimately, that's what's happening. Because most people who are bullies are narcissists, period. And the one thing you are not going to do with a narcissist is be bigger and better than they are. They're going to find a way to ensure that everybody know you ain't worth it. And when they build their allyship, then they feel like they can say any and everything they want to say. As is the case in this video, he felt so comfortable saying these things to whoever he was going to send it to. And he had no remorse. He's just like on a tangent. So it's clear that he's had conversations with this individual before about this young lady. And guess what? whoever he was sending it to allowed that to be and said nothing. And why was nothing said? Because generally, women of color in the workplace, especially in director, leadership positions and all of that, they don't have a strong support because they are on the island by themselves most of the time. Most of the time. Because they don't know who to trust. They don't know who on their side. They don't know what kind of conversations are happening about them behind closed doors, as we can see here. I'm always praying, God, please let others see what I see. Expose them demons for what they are and who they are. Because there's multiple ones inside of a narcissist. They just hold demons. They just carry demons on their back, in their arms, in their pants pocket. Wherever they can put them, they got them there. And the worst thing you can do as an organization is have a narcissist in a leadership position. That's the worst thing you can do. And when that happens, the organization is going to do one or two things. They're going to have a firm stance against it, or they're going to conform to it. If they conform to it, then you need to conform to making yourself unavailable and finding somewhere else to spend your time and work, because that's not the place for you. It's a very toxic work environment. In this situation, this is an organization I would never work for. This is an organization that should be put on blast because you did not terminate the person committing this horrendous, unprofessional act of mental violence. That's what this is. So an organization that allows that, consider where you work is all I'm going to say. Hey, I wrote a book about workplace bullying. It's on Amazon. The link is in my bio. Check it out.
And if you have not yet subscribed, please just hit that subscribe down below. Turn on notification. Anytime I upload a video, you will be notified. And feel free to leave your opinion down. What you think about this video.